Hey bakers, today I'm going to show you how to make these cake mix cookies. Look how delicious this is. The sprinkles, the white cakey cookie mixture happening. They are delicious and they come together in a flash with only 3 ingredients, one of which is cake mix. Make that 4 ingredients. I forgot one. All right, but I can't just show you how to do it with a bag of cake mix. That is a really great hack, but we're going to make them from scratch too. Let's get started. I'm starting off with 1 bag of white cake mix. You could use yellow cake mix, basically anything you want. Snip, snip, snip with my very sharp scissors. And we're gonna sift this because there are lumps. All right, just sift it out. No need to weigh anything. This is really simple. This cookie is actually pretty good, even though it's from a box. We sifted our dry ingredients and now it's time to add in 2 eggs. They could be room temperature. That would be nice. Just crack them right in there. Almost done. 1/3 of a cup of butter, and this is like very soft, almost melted. You could also use 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil too. That works perfectly fine as well. But I like the taste of butter, so in it goes. Now we're gonna put this onto a stand mixer fitted with a paddle attachment. You could also use like a regular hand beater or even a whisk and just whisk it up by hand. No, no, no. Okay, now let's beat this up on low. Give it a minute, it needs to incorporate. There's a lot of powder in here. It smells like birthday cake. Okay, it's less than a minute. We can add either mini chocolate chips, sprinkles, some nuts, whatever you want. I will be going with sprinkles, but chocolate chips work too, toffee chips, whatever you want. That's my favorite part of this whole situation. All right, really on low for just a few seconds. That's good. Actually gonna scrape the bowl down and just mix it up a little bit by hand because there's some on the bottom that hasn't been fully incorporated yet. Now it's time to drop these cookie pieces onto a prepared baking sheet. I will be using a Silpat. This is like a brand called Silpat, but really it's just a piece of silicone with some like fabric in the middle. It's very nice for baking stuff on because you don't get that burnt bottom. Really nice for making macarons, very nice for making cookies, biscuits, the works. Okay, I'm using a medium ice cream scooper. This is like maybe 2 tablespoons-ish, and we're just gonna scoop it up and drop it onto our baking sheet. Nice. This cookie is basically done. This is why this is like a super fun treat to have. You can just mix these up and pop them right into the oven. And then while these are baking, I'm gonna be showing you how to make these from scratch. And you can tell me which one you think is better. They're pretty different. There's one final step before adding these into the oven, and that is to gracefully sprinkle on just a couple more sprinkles. They don't have any batter on them. They'll really pop. So that way, you will see all the colors of that artificial rainbow. These guys are gonna go into the oven at 350 Fahrenheit, 177 Celsius for maybe about 8 to 10 minutes. You'll see them kind of like spread out a little bit and they'll look like cookies. While those cookies are baking, we're gonna make our from scratch cake mix cookies. So we need 250 grams of flour. That's about like a cup and change. Too much. Whoa, whoa. 429 grams. No, no, no. I said 250. All right, 250 grams. I'm going to use 1/2 cup or 100 grams of white sugar and 1/2 cup or 100 grams of light brown sugar. This has like that molasses in it basically, and it'll make the cookie a bit more cakey because just white sugar makes the cookie spread out more. And I like a spread out cookie, but let's not get extreme. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder. Let's sift this out and then we'll whisk it up. What? Is there a diamond in that boulder? No, just more sugar. Some extreme lumpiness. Okay, let's whisk it up. And now we can add in our wetter ingredients. Sugar is a wet ingredient, I always forget. Starting with 7 tablespoons of butter. That is unsalted butter at room temperature. You could use melted butter too, but again, that will make the cookie spread out even more. Take 1 tablespoon away and add the rest in. I already cracked the egg, but you know what? I'm gonna put it aside gently, put that scale aside, and let's incorporate this butter into the cake mix first. It's a little cold today, and I'm just worried that room temperature butter is a bit hard. All right, let's mix it up. Break that butter up. If you were making a cake and you were doing this, this is called the reverse crumb method. It coats all the flour in butter and makes wonderful things happen. Okay. This will all even out, trust me. Now for that egg. And another egg. And about a tablespoon of vanilla. Mix it up. Okay, look at this cookie dough. This looks like cookie dough. I'm so excited. That's the business. All right, 1/4 cup of sprinkles. Mix it in there. That's good. Because of the brown sugar, these cookies are not as blindingly white. I hope that's okay with you. The brown sugar is delicious, so if it bothers you, you can use all white sugar. Same routine as before. Let's scoop these cookies up. These, I think, are gonna spread a bit more. If you're concerned with cookie spreading, what could you add? You could add in a couple tablespoons of cornstarch to the dry mixture. That will make it a little bit more crisp, shortbready almost. But space these cookies out more because I don't want them glomming together in case they spread out. You could also chill your dough, blah, 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 but this is a quick cookie. Into the oven. I actually have 4 different versions of this cookie to show you, and I think it's really interesting to see the difference one ingredient can make. So here we have our cake mix cookie made with melted butter. You can see it's nice and flat, crinkly, smells delicious, and very pale colored. Interesting, but what if we switched it up for oil? What? Look at this. Now we have a really cakey cookie that's thicker, and they're both soft, but this one is just more substantial. So quite a difference. But what about the homemade ones? Well, yesterday I made a version with only white sugar, and so it's the same recipe from before, but with white sugar and very flat, rounded, perfectly acceptable for a cookie. What if we add in 1/2 cup of brown sugar? Here, look at this. What? Look at the difference. So much more cakey and cohesive and really held its shape. Do you see the difference? Very interesting. I mean, this one's fresh out of the oven, so of course it smells better, but I'm choosing you. You get the rose. Just kidding. Anyways. So tender. Highly recommend you make this. If you were choosing one to make, I choose the 1/2 brown sugar, 1/2 white sugar situation. If you like this video, check that one out. What is this? That is my chocolate chip cookie with a hint of orange. It is a fudge-tastic cookie that is amazing. And if you want the more traditional chewy chocolate chip cookie, click down over there. That is delicious. Okay, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.